$5,000 on a credit card. You pay the minimum every month, like a responsible adult. On a very normal setup, you finish paying it off somewhere around 2042. Read that again. For the math nerd now yelling at the screen, here is the setup. No new charges, no fees. The rate stays at 22.15%, interest is calculated monthly, and the minimum is 1% of the balance plus interest or $40, whichever is higher. Normal looking payment. Completely unhinged calendar. Here's the trick nobody points at. The minimum payment isn't a plan. It's a leash. It's built to cover the interest, plus a crumb of what you actually owe. Sir, your minimum payment this month is about $142. Great. 36 months and I'm free? No. Roughly $92 is interest. About $50 comes off your balance. So what's the 54? Hope. Translation. Interest is rent. You pay on money you already spent. And at 22.15%, that rent never stops until the balance does. Under those exact assumptions, the $5,000 couch costs about $12,500 total. You bought one couch, you paid for two. The second one lives at the bank. And here's the part they don't print on the statement. None of this looks like a mistake. No missed payment, no late fee, no phone call. You're doing everything right, on paper, for a little over 15 years. You got the raise, $12,000 more a year. Congratulations. You are about to be exactly as broke as you were on Tuesday. Watch how it happens. The apartment gets a bit nicer, because you earned it. The car gets a bit newer, because you earned it. The groceries go fancy, the gym grows a sauna, and somewhere in there the phone bill quietly becomes a mortgage. Every single one of those was reasonable. That is the entire problem. This is lifestyle creep. Translation. Your spending is a gas. It expands to fill whatever container your income gives it. Nobody blows a raise on one stupid thing. You blow it on 9 sensible ones. Here's the tell. Your income went up. The amount you keep at the end of the month went up by nothing. Same stress. Same empty account on the 28th. Better countertops. You didn't get richer. You got more expensive. And expensive is much harder to undo than broke, because now the nice life is just the normal life, and going back doesn't feel like saving. It feels like a punishment. Nobody at a dealership will ever tell you the price of a car. They'll ask what you can do a month. What are you comfortable with? 400? 400. Beautiful. Let's get you in the big one. And just like that, the sticker stops mattering. Because almost any monthly number can look smaller if you stretch the loan long enough. 84 months is 7 years. 7 years of payments on a machine that is busy losing value the entire time. The average is not 84 months. It is still nearly 6 years. In early 2026, new car loans averaged about 69 months. Used car loans averaged about 68. The car is planning kindergarten before you own the whole thing. That's the part they leave out. You are paying interest on something that is actively shrinking. It's the only purchase where both sides of the deal are working against you, which is how you can end up upside down, owing more than the thing is worth. In spring 2026, nearly 3 in 10 trade-ins going toward a new vehicle were underwater. Not every car in America. The ones being carried into a new deal, where the old debt gets invited into the new car like a parasite with paperwork. Try to sell an upside-down car, and you have to cover the gap for the privilege of getting rid of your own car. The payment felt small. That was the sale. The payment is small because the debt is long. There is money in your checking account right now that is quietly, politely, rotting. The number doesn't move. That's the trick. 5,000 says 5,000. Next week, next year, forever. So your brain files it under safe, but the number isn't the point. What the number buys is the point. Use the national averages available in mid-2026. Prices rose 3.5% over the year ending June. Interest checking paid 0.07%. Savings paid 0.39%. Prices brought a motorcycle. Your account brought a spoon. On $5,000, using simple 1-year math before tax, checking earns about $3.50. Savings earns about $19.50, and a 3.5% rise in prices is roughly $175 of buying power. Better, still losing the race in that example. It's a fridge with the door open. Looks fine. Everything inside is going off. And the bank isn't sitting on deposits either. It can put that money to work across loans and other assets, while your side of the arrangement is a thank you and a debit card. This isn't a pitch for anything clever. It's just the gap between an account that pays you almost nothing and an account that pays you something on money you already have. Safe from losing it and safe are not the same word. 70% off. $210. You didn't spend $210, obviously. You saved $490. Says so, right at the bottom of the receipt. Your receipt is congratulating you. Sit with how insane that is. Here's the mechanic. In that made-up example, the original price was $700, but the second you see it, every other number gets measured against it instead of against your actual bank balance. That's anchoring. Translation. They pick the number you compare things to, so they get to decide whether you feel clever. And feeling clever is expensive. You walk out with 3 things you weren't going to buy, at a discount you never asked for, and a small warm sense of victory that costs $210. Money spent to save money is still money spent. You cannot discount your way to wealthy. The only purchase that ever saved you 100% is the one you didn't make. $9.99, $4.99, $14.99. Those 3 are only $29.97 a month. Cute. Now build a hypothetical pile of 8 subscriptions averaging $12 each. That is $96 a month, or $1,152 a year, assuming all 8 run for 12 months without changing price. Count them properly sometime. Streaming you don't watch. A cloud plan holding photos of a dog you no longer own. An app that reminds you to drink water. 2 gyms. And something called premium that you genuinely cannot identify. Multiply by 12. That's the number nobody ever looks at. Subscriptions are engineered around one specific weakness. Each one is too small to be worth the argument. Canceling takes 10 minutes and a password reset. Not canceling takes nothing at all. So the default wins. Every month, forever. And auto-renew means you never make the decision again. You made it once, half asleep, in 2022 for a free trial. That's the real product, not the service, the forgetting. You're not overspending, you're subscribed to being poor at a very reasonable monthly rate. This last one costs you nothing today, which is exactly why it's the worst one. You're going to start investing later. When the debt's gone, when the raise lands, when things calm down, completely reasonable. Here's what nobody tells you about later. Money grows on time, not on effort. The returns earn returns, and those earn returns, and the whole machine only works if you leave it alone for a very long stretch. Which means the years are the ingredient, and you cannot buy the years back. Here is the whole thing without a spreadsheet. Illustration only. At a made-up 7% annual return, compounded monthly, $100 a month for 40 years lands near $262,000. Wait 10 years, then put in twice as much for 30 years, and it lands near $244,000. Same end-of-month deposits, with taxes, fees, and market swings ignored. 7% is not promised. This is a stopwatch demo, not advice. More money paid in, less money at the end. Time ate the difference. No bill, no warning, no customer service number where you can demand your decade back. This is the one you cannot pay back later.